You have to give respect to earn it. Boosh! Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and anyone richer than you have already earned your respect. And they haven't given you a doggone thing, nor know you from a can of Sherman paint. Why? Because people respect titles and positions and not necessarily the person unless your name carries weight by itself. The title of teacher is the most undervalued position in America, which is why students easily disrespect it. A title that once carried prestige now has the sheen of horse manure. Like many things, this reduces respect to a transaction rather than something to be deeply understood. And from this standpoint, you can guarantee that you will still be disrespected. Years ago, a middle school that I worked for hired a former 5-star collegiate athlete, a quarterback for this prestigious university, or he used to play for this prestigious university. When the students discovered he was going to be their coach for the new year, those pesky kids did not hesitate to give him unmerited favors. He didn't have to work to earn their respect. Now, if King Von, Chicago's champion murderer upheld as a hero, were alive today and left rap behind to influence tomorrow's youth through the classroom, the students' respect would have been delivered to him on this silver platter. Best believe it would have. I don't mean to sound inappropriate saying this, but they'll just simply throw their respect at them like a crazed groupie would throw their panties at their favorite R&B crooner. And the crazy part? None of these people are required to return the same emotional investment that's usually the case with people we perceive as celebrities or others who have generally done more than us. Status and reputation are respected, which teachers do not have. We are forever in a never-ending, strenuous reciprocity of giving and earning respect. And simply put, as other countries put teachers on a pedestal, easing the pain of gaining righteous acknowledgement from learners, which is why the South Korean teacher can make $4 million, which is right here in this video, America continues to euthanize the American teacher.
Excuse me, sir, there's no sleeping in this classroom. Man, you, I'm trying to sleep. But I'm the teacher. Can't talk to me that way. Man, if you don't get your old cornball head ass on. Look, man, this is my classroom, and you need to respect the rules and the procedures I put into place. Rules? Man, who the is you? You just some lame I don't respect you, my ninja. But you should. I mean, I'm the teacher, and you're the student. Man, I thought I told you I don't give a I do what I want, when I want, with whoever I want. So get the out my face. Okay. Huh, wait a second. Is that NBA Youngboy over there? Ooh, where?
Previous skit is inspired by everyday teachers such as yourself. Whether you find it funny or not, I do this for you, my teacher, peeps. Years ago, there was a young man that attended my church, and he was asked the question, what will it take for you to do the quality work for your teacher? He responded, they have to earn my respect. What? An adult has to earn your respect? I remember thinking to myself, who the heck is you that a person in a position trying to educate you has to earn your respect? I'm not gonna lie to you, his response ran me hot. However, his answer was not surprising. You know, there was a time where it was understood that adults were in charge because they were more experienced and had all the authority. Now, there was no question as to if children had to listen to adults or not. That wasn't a thing to be questioned. Today, my, how the tables have turned. As a teacher, you're expected to enter a new class with burgeoning new students who look you in the eye telepathically, challenging you to earn their respect and affection. Now, if you're unsuccessful at this, then be prepared to enter a year of hell. Sorry to say that. But really, the question is, why? Without parental and administrative backing for the teacher in the beginning, they align with the student, daring the teacher to build the best relationships possible. Ideally, in a perfect world, even if you are the worst teacher ever, students should find you boring, but not be a behavior issue themselves. Because again, in a perfect world, parents will have instilled into their child that people in specific positions receive respect by default. And if parents aren't doing that, then they place admin in a very precarious situation. In our time today, students are taught to challenge and buck authority, especially in predominantly lower socioeconomic minority communities. If you work in that sort of school community where you feel like you have to beg and plead for students to give you respect, then here's my advice. Stop all the begging and pleading. There's a way to earn respect first that doesn't involve being at the mercy of the parent, and students respect your authority. Respect my authority. It's my best Cartman impression as he does in South Park. Here's the first piece of advice. Show no mercy or fear, especially if you're in a Title I situation. You cannot go in there snowflaking, meaning that you feel guilty about being who you are. Honestly, I cannot tell you how not to show fear. That would be based on your personality and other variables. I've worked with Caucasian women who showed up to work unapologetic, demanding respect in a very C.T. Fletcher-like fashion, but they qualified it through their work ethic and getting into the trenches with their students. And listening to a lot of Myron Golden right here on YouTube, I've learned that you have to have a strong presence of integrity. One of the things he states is you have to make your word become flesh. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And if you're going to do something, then you have to follow through with it. Otherwise, you're nothing more than a liar and your words can't be trusted. Now, I'm not an innocent party in this category. One of my biggest weaknesses is opening my mouth, promising to deliver something and having a hard time to deliver it afterwards. We can blame it on my enthusiasm or kind-heartedness, but it's a huge weakness that I am still working on. I must admit, I'm striving to publish to my newsletter as frequently as possible, and writing this book is also holding me accountable. If you want more content that I can't share on YouTube unfiltered, then sign up in the link in the pinned comment below. You've got to be consistent with the above two things, because consistency is key, meaning that you're consistent with your procedures, your expectations, and you don't let anyone move you regardless of circumstances. Don't bend, even for the nice students, because subconsciously they still don't respect it. If given an inch, they're going to take a mile. If you can practice standing your ground fearlessly and follow through on your word consistently over time, you don't have to beg and plead for respect. Now, students will read this behavior as Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so cares for me, and I can trust this person. They say what they mean and they mean what they say. At the end of the day, stop playing into this transactional means of giving respect to get it. If you express genuine care and concern, you don't have to wait on it. Expressing unconditional love, no matter how the student performs and behaves, is what's going to sustain you. If you're basing your career on the emotional conditions of students and how they treat you, you're a dead man walking or a dead lady walking. No matter how bad they treat me, I'm still going to show up the next day and stand my ground, whether in the form of forgive and forget or holding students accountable when they cross the line. How I act and how I treat you isn't dependent on how you act and how you treat me. My ability to do that comes from a different source. Over time, you'll develop what I call the Omarion, the B2K Omarion, unbothered energy. And the way that you achieve this is by getting the elusive teacher high, which I talk about in this video.